Long ago, in the land of Egypt, there lived a tyrant ruler known as Pharaoh. He was cruel and arrogant, claiming himself to be a god and showing no respect for the true creator. Pharaoh ruled his people with an iron fist and oppressed the Israelites, who lived under his reign. The Israelites were forced into hard labor, building cities and monuments, and their lives were filled with suffering and sorrow. Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he ignored all pleas for mercy, believing that his power was absolute. In those days, Allah sent many messengers to guide people to the right path, but Pharaoh rejected them all. Among these messengers was Hazrat Musa, chosen by Allah to confront Pharaoh and deliver the Israelites from bondage. Hazrat Musa was born in a time of great danger for the Israelites, as Pharaoh had ordered that every newborn Israelite boy should be killed to prevent the growth of their population. To protect him, his mother placed him in a basket and set it afloat on the river Nile, trusting in Allah's protection. The basket drifted gently with the river's current, and by Allah's divine will, it reached Pharaoh's palace, where Pharaoh's own wife found him. She took him in as her own child, unaware of the divine purpose behind his survival. As Hazrat Musa grew, he became aware of his true heritage and the suffering of his people. One day, he witnessed an injustice and acted to defend the oppressed. Realizing his mission, he fled Egypt and lived in Midian, where he married and led a life of humility. Years later, Allah called him to the sacred mountain of Sinai, where he received divine guidance and was chosen as a prophet. Allah commanded him to return to Egypt and demand the freedom of the Israelites from Pharaoh's tyranny. With his brother Harun by his side, Hazrat Musa approached Pharaoh and conveyed Allah's message, "Let my people go, so that they may worship their Lord." Pharaoh laughed and mocked him, refusing to listen. He challenged Musa to perform miracles to prove the truth of his message. By Allah's command, Hazrat Musa threw down his staff, and it transformed into a mighty serpent that devoured Pharaoh's magician's tricks. Showing the clear power of Allah, Pharaoh's arrogance only increased, and he accused Hazrat Musa of sorcery. He threatened the Israelites, intending to continue their suffering. In response, Allah sent a series of signs and plagues to demonstrate his power and compel Pharaoh to release the Israelites. The rivers turned red, frogs appeared everywhere, lice and insects tormented the people, cattle fell ill, boils covered the bodies, hail and storms devastated the land, locusts consumed the crops, and darkness covered the land for 3 days. Each sign was a warning, a chance for Pharaoh to repent and set the people free. Yet Pharaoh remained stubborn, attributing these calamities to natural causes or blaming Hazrat Musa. His pride blinded him, and he hardened his heart further, rejecting the mercy of Allah. Finally, after years of oppression and repeated warnings, Allah commanded Hazrat Musa to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. With faith in Allah, Musa gathered the Israelites and began their journey toward freedom. Pharaoh, enraged at losing his slaves and control, pursued them with his army, determined to recapture the Israelites and punish them. As they reached the shores of the Red Sea, the Israelites found themselves trapped, with the waters ahead and Pharaoh's army behind them. Fear and despair filled their hearts, but Hazrat Musa reassured them, "Do not be afraid. Allah is with us. Trust in him." By Allah's command, Hazrat Musa raised his staff, and the sea miraculously parted, forming towering walls of water on either side, creating a dry path for the Israelites to cross safely. With hearts full of awe and gratitude, the Israelites walked through the seabed, guided by the divine miracle. Pharaoh and his army followed, believing they could overtake them. As soon as the last Israelite crossed, Allah commanded the waters to return. The sea crashed down upon Pharaoh and his soldiers, drowning them all. Pharaoh, the tyrant who had claimed to be a god, met a terrible end, his arrogance destroyed by the very power he denied. The Israelites witnessed the greatness of Allah and the justice he brings, understanding that no earthly power can withstand divine will. After their escape, the Israelites journeyed through the desert, led by Hazrat Musa, learning patience, faith, and reliance on Allah. Hazrat Musa continued to guide his people, teaching them the laws of Allah, morality, and the worship of the one true God. The story of Hazrat Musa and Pharaoh serves as a timeless reminder of the consequences of arrogance, tyranny, and disbelief. It teaches the importance of trusting in Allah, standing against oppression, and remaining steadfast in faith even in the face of overwhelming challenges. Pharaoh's destruction was not just a punishment for himself, but a lesson for generations, illustrating that no matter how mighty a ruler may seem, Allah's justice is inevitable. Hazrat Musa became a symbol of courage, leadership, and unwavering devotion, guiding people toward righteousness and liberation. The miraculous parting of the sea remains one of the most extraordinary signs of Allah's power, demonstrating that miracles occur for those chosen by divine wisdom. This story is remembered by millions, celebrated for its lessons in faith, resilience, and the ultimate triumph of truth over falsehood. Allah's mercy and power are evident throughout the tale, from protecting the infant Musa to delivering the Israelites and punishing the oppressor. Even after Pharaoh's demise, the story continued to inspire generations, reminding believers to uphold justice, fight oppression, and place their trust in Allah alone. The narrative emphasizes that arrogance and disbelief cannot shield anyone from divine justice, while faith, patience, and submission to Allah bring salvation and guidance. Hazrat Musa faced immense challenges, confronting a king who embodied cruelty and pride. Yet his reliance on Allah enabled him to perform miracles and lead his people to freedom. The Israelites learned valuable lessons about gratitude, obedience, and divine providence, understanding that every hardship carries a purpose and every victory is granted by Allah. Pharaoh's demise under the waters of the Red Sea serves as a historical and spiritual lesson. Those who deny truth, oppress the innocent, and reject Allah's guidance are doomed to destruction, while those who believe, persevere, and act with righteousness receive divine protection and blessings. The story continues to be recounted in Islamic teachings, reminding the faithful of Allah's supremacy and the importance of moral integrity. Hazrat Musa stands as one of the greatest prophets, whose life exemplifies courage, patience, and unwavering devotion. From the time of his miraculous survival as an infant to confronting the most powerful king of his era, his life was marked by signs, divine guidance, and acts that shaped the course of history. The parting of the sea remains a profound miracle, symbolizing hope, divine intervention, and the triumph of truth against tyranny. Allah's power, mercy, and justice are vividly displayed through every event, illustrating that oppression cannot endure and the oppressed will eventually be delivered. The narrative concludes with a timeless moral: righteousness, faith, and trust in Allah prevail over arrogance, tyranny, and disbelief. Pharaoh's destruction serves as a stark warning, and Hazrat Musa as an eternal example of leadership, devotion, and courage. Through this story, generations continue to learn the values of justice, humility, and the importance of relying on Allah's guidance in all circumstances, understanding that divine power surpasses all worldly might and that true liberation comes only through faith and obedience to the Creator.